years ago, there was this restaurant, fast food. It was like among the first few ones in Lagos, Nigeria. Those days. I'm talking about sometime around the mid 90s. It was so successful, but the day the man, people used to travel from different within Nigeria just to come. It was that successful. But the day I heard the man say that, he can never be broke again in his life. I said, this man has made a mistake. Because of course he felt he was so successful that he did not need to put in as much effort as he has been putting in. As I speak, well, a few years afterwards, it doesn't exist again. So success is not a destination, it's a journey. And that journey, the road can sometimes be very long, difficult, bumpy, with various kinds. But if we can remain persistent, we can, in the course of that journey, learn lessons that we will need to remain successful. Because I'll be honest with us, sometimes it is easy and do all my gimmicks to get on top. But the difficult part is staying on top, remaining on top. Foundation for true and lasting success and prosperity is built on a relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ. Make no mistake about that. Because Joshua chapter 1 tells us that this book of the law should not depart from your mouth, but that you should be careful to meditate on it day and night. You will observe to do according to all that is written in it, for then you will make your ways prosperous and have good success. This book of the law, that's, it's clear, it's self-explanatory. So this implies to me that there's a kind of success that is not very, very good. The kind of success is the type that does not endure. It's the type of success that people get into, and before you know it, they have crashed. But good success is the one that endures. The one that endures. So there are some people who are seemingly successful today who don't know God. They broke the principles of God. Eventually, they crash. That is why the Bible makes it clear that the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. Have you seen that in your Bible? Have you seen that in your Bible? Talk to me, somebody. Aha, great. So there is a success that is not good success. That won't be on in the name of Jesus. So if you already have this basic foundation, which I believe we all do as children of God, I will be sharing with us this morning practical tips that we can build on that foundation of a relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ to help us not just achieve success, but to remain successful. I think I mentioned it on the first day I got here. I said success is not an accident. It is a choice. It is a choice. Financial and career success is the result of deliberately, mark my words now, deliberately doing certain things, specific actions over and over again until you get the effect that you desire. Deliberately doing things, deliberately putting some of these principles in mind. Now, choices or decisions we made or failed to make are largely responsible for where many of us are today. The choices we will make and the steps we will take today, this week, will determine where we will be in the next few years. Now, success comes from the mastery of certain core skills that can be applied to any position, field, or company. When you practice and strengthen these skills in your work, you will rise to the top. A pastor friend of mine came to me a few months back, and he was asking me that he doesn't seem to understand why that you know, things are a little bit different in Kenya from it is in Nigeria. You know, different culture. I seem to be doing everything right, but I don't understand how and why. You know, I mean, my church isn't prospering. So I just quickly shared with him an insight that, you know, a great father of faith in Nigeria shared with us when we were, you know, on a fasting retreat with him last year. So he told us that there are 3 M's. M for mother, right? That make up or that help in church growth, expansion, and all that. And then he referred to Colossians chapter 1. Can somebody turn there? Colossians chapter 1. Colossians chapter 1, verse 28. If somebody finds it, you can read for me, or you know, you can throw it on the screen. You know, what he was saying was that he said, with a very, very good message, people will come to church. Yes, that's it. He says, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect. Just hold on. I'll come there in a minute. He says, with a good message, oh, people will come to church. He says, but you know that a good message is not enough to keep people in church. I was like, if the message is not good enough, then what else will keep them in church? That was the first M. He said the second M is miracles. He said, with miracles, oh, people will come. I mean, he even told us how Jesus Christ told the people that if you come from, you can see, you know, I'm not trying to put any person down now. You can see, you know, a ministry or blame others. We can't. So please, whatever you find yourself doing, apply yourself to it. A tool for last year. August last year, you know. I mean, I went whatever their chosen field is. I mean, I was asking us on, was it Tuesday, to name some successful footballers. Do you remember, for those of you who were here? I mean, one of the places where, one of the things I do very, very well, I'm a marketing person, you know. And like, you know, marketing has various aspects to it. You know, one of the things I do very, very well, I mean, I do some presenting. I have made up my mind that in this particular area, I will go the extra mile. So in your chosen career, I mean, even if as a pastor, you know, we were attending a leadership, just I notice where I'm coming from. It is those who will stay back and put in some extra, you know, and even do things that fellow insane. If you want to be very, 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 very successful, you have got to have an insatiable quest for knowledge, desire to learn, desire to know. It is hunger for success, for knowledge, for learning something new that drives people. Develop that curiosity to want to find out. You know, I was telling us 2-3 days ago, a lot of people who get, you know, the good jobs are people who have taken out their time to go and learn about the organization even before they get in. And then when they now get in, they don't stop there. They are looking for ways how they can, you know more, look for solutions that can move the organization forward. It's very, very key. That hunger will go a long way in keeping you motivated and constantly learning all for success or principles of success. Principles that success people have done that have taken them to the top. Then, please, number 5 now, I think. What number am I on? Or you want to blend to be like somebody else. I remember that was just my style. I didn't come all out to be rebellious, but because I was doing it my own way, I was expressing myself. I was not trying to follow this is the way we must do it. Because you see, when you tend to project yourself, so if you are yourself, the truth is nobody can be yourself like you. That means the strength you have, you are able to bring them to the fore. So the idea is in your being unique is that yes, you can have that way. Okay, because it is a spiritual body. Your members are your customers. When you go out evangelizing, you are selling. You are selling your products. When you go on Facebook, on the internet to talk about your programs, you are selling. When you put out that little poster outside with Pastor Kola's face and Apostle Eric and Pastor Grace's face, you are selling. You are telling people that yes, we have something to offer you. Have sales experience, so don't panic. But if you have worked in, even if you have volunteered, fundraisers, volunteered in the retail, whatever, do things, volunteer to babysit, whatever, you already have the foundation. If you check out most organizations, a lot of the MDs are people who have a marketing background. Usually. If an MD is leaving an organization and they are looking for somebody to replace him with, usually it will either be the head of sale or the commercial manager, because the purpose why you are in business is to make money. Is there another reason why you are in business? Okay. The purpose why you are in church business is to take souls to heaven, Abi. To enrich heaven, to add value to heaven. So, if you don't have sales skills, you can acquire them. But the whole idea behind sales skills is that you are market driven, you are customer driven. You want to win that one more soul. You want your church to grow. You want to populate heaven. You are a medical doctor. You want to get class in your greatness. There's nothing wrong with your going to your boss to say, look, boss, how am I going to get rewarded for this? How am I going to get to ask them that bottlenecks because of the accounts people to learn how the various things work, the processes. Even before I went to business school, understanding our processes. It can be quite confusing if that's not your line, but the little knowledge you have, you can use it to make things move forward. So the ability to be curious, the ability to be curious. A pot of rice, you need a bag of salt, and then you two just want to buy a bag of salt. Huh? The person may not use the bag of salt too, but he's just looking for a way to just cheat you and clear money. You give money for a bag of salt, then they go and buy a cup of salt. So please, it is good to know how things work. Don't say, no, I'm just customer service. I'm just HR. I'm just accountant. So that doesn't concern me. No, it concerns you. If you want to get to the top, that is. Get to the top. So everyone will appreciate your interest and thirst for knowledge, particularly if you go to the various environments and say, look, how does this work? Find out. You are not trying to take over their jobs, but you see, when you will understand sometimes why. Because I know that we who are in sales, very impatient people. We want to get out there, and then sometimes the inventory people, they are delaying us. Because for a number of years in my life, I was an itinerant salesperson, traveling salesman. I want to just get my stock. I began my sales career with the publishing. I want to just get my stock and then be on the road. So they are delaying me. I need to travel. But when I began to understand inventory and the processes, they do, I began to find out how their own processes can be smooth. Includes the ability to be a good listener. Too many people make mistakes because they don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen. Good communication skill includes verbal and non-verbal communication. Now, when we talk about non-verbal communication, we are talking a lot now about your body language. Very, very, very key. Very, very key. Extremely very key. I was telling us how we use body language to close sales deals. It is sad when particularly this our young generation now. I mean, a lot of people write memos the way they send text messages. I mean, that can, with all kind of terrible abbreviations. Instead of writing your Y-O-U-R, you write U-R. Things like all those abbreviations. I mean, I have seen it in the work front. By the time we write, badly, it will not help us go far. Good communication skills includes the ability to give feedback. Your boss has sent you on an assignment. You should be able to come back and give him feedback. And then choosing the right medium. Then the 10th one, the final one, interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills means your ability to work and to cooperate with other people. Teamwork. Very, very key. In fact, quite a number of organizations these days, even from the interview process, they are checking out your ability to work with a team. Gone are the days where, there are solo, champions. No, work with a team. People who have this kind of skill, they are usually outgoing. If you were not outgoing, if you have to work with a team, you will learn to be outgoing, positive. You will learn to be enthusiastic. Because when you tend to be a leader. You're enthusiastic because people who are like that, enthusiasm is contagious. And then when people see you quite enthusiastic, they want to work with you. They want to be around you. I mean, when it comes to selecting people who will do things, they will readily call you, and that is one of your quickest ways to the top. Are you still here? Are you following? All right. Like I said, the next few minutes to start your own business. But we said then too that starting your own business, owning your own business, is not just the ultimate, where if you want to be on top of the financial cash flow quadrant. I remember telling you that, if you want to really become very, very wealthy, you have got to become an investor. You see, the best time to start investing is now. Now. The good thing about it is that you don't have to quit your 9-to-5 job. You don't have to quit what you are doing now to become an investor. Studies have shown that 65% to 70% of millionaires globally are people who have a minimum of 3 or 4 streams of income. Some even have as many as 7 streams of income. So I'll be honest with you. Even if you are the MD of the corporation you work in, even with the MD, highest paid staff, and all that, it makes sense to begin to have an alternative source of income. Because if for some reason you are not able to perform that job function, they can only keep you for so long. Ultimately, excuse me, they will replace you. And when you are replaced, the salary ends. And when salary ends, lifestyle is not, you are not able to sustain the lifestyle. Because as an MD in several organizations, you are now used to all expense paid trip, living a good life. We found out in Nigeria, I don't know whether it is so in this country, that quite a number of people, after they retire, give them a few years, they just die. Not because they are sick, but because they've not been able to maintain the lifestyle at the beginning. Some of them go into depression. You can imagine the MD of a multinational. Part of your packages will include an all-expense paid holiday for your family. You've been enjoying that, all the years. And things like that, they are not cheap. Not cheap. As the MD, unlimited phone calls. You are not the one paying the bill. The company is paying the bill. Then all of a sudden, it's not happening again. You now have to begin to buy scratch cards and load your phone. Now, I don't know how you do it here. There's what they call flashing in Nigeria, where they will flash you, call you and they call so that you call them back. Then you, the MD, who before you will talk, you are now flashing people. These are realities. They are real. We have seen this thing happen. Realities. You had an official car, a driver. You are no more MD. You have to now fuel your car by yourself. So because money is not coming as it used to come in, so sometimes you have to jump on the bus. It can be frustrating. It can be killing. So now is the time to start. Having multiple streams of income is the same idea as diversifying your investment portfolio. It is a lot easier to find multiple sources of income within that your money will make money for you. In other words, you don't have to be actively involved in what you invest in. But even before you get there, for those of us who are in paid employment of any sort, I want to encourage you, following from what we looked at 3 days ago, when we looked at about, or was it 2 days ago, when we were talking about avenues for generating businesses and all that. I want to encourage every person, no matter how small, look for something you can start now. If you follow these principles which I taught us. Because there are a lot of opportunities available where you can make money without necessarily cheating your employer, because that is the one I will not encourage you to do. I never did it. I don't think it's a good thing to do. You are employed somewhere, and then you are using your employer's time and resources to do something else. That is why I want to encourage us to take advantage of the opportunities that are available on the internet. A lot of opportunities are available. A lot. I'm married. Maybe you guys have heard of her in Nigeria, Linda Ikeji. You can Google her name. She's a multi-billionaire. Young lady. Is from blogging. A mansion in the most expensive part of Lagos, Banana Island. Only billionaires live there. Blogging. She's not married. Linda Ikeji. You can. Then, the good thing about blogging is that you don't need to your employer's time for this. You don't need to. In the evening, you get on, after you have closed. Then the one that really excites me, which is what I have also found myself doing. Like I said, I'm not talking to us about things that I have not done or I'm not doing and have not tested and tried to be true. It's e-commerce. E-commerce. The truth is there is absolutely nothing that is not sold. I mean, anything you can, anything, food stuff sold on the internet. Anything. Now, why is e-commerce good? Low entry costs. You don't need to go and rent a shop. You don't need huge capital outlay. Then it gives you access to global markets. According to the chairman or owner of Amazon, we've heard of Amazon, right? It says digital enables limitless inventory. So you don't even have to use money to go and buy stock to keep somewhere. Big money from cryptocurrencies. Some of the popular ones include Bitcoin. I'm sure we've heard of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Stellar, Ripple, Ethereum, to mention a few. Now, talking about online business, there is nothing as good as Forex trading. I'm sure we have Forex trading. I do that as well. In fact, I remember last academic session, I was going to pay my daughter's school fees. I had run out of money. I just did a small trade, on the internet. Got some dollars, changed it and paid my daughter's school fees. What really is amazing about that? What I invest, $4 trillion are traded every day on the Forex market. $5.4 trillion every day. When I go back, I'm going for, like I told you, I will tell you what I do. I'm going for another training in that area. I know what I love about, this e-trading or Forex trading. It's not what you have to sit down to. When you know the principles and you do what you call you place a trade, you do what you call stop loss and take profit. You just program it and leave. Same place. It closes out garden in the evening. I just doing Forex trading. I trade in foreign stocks. 7 figures. 7-figure income in dollars. That I bought a while back. They've been paying me dividends on those shares like that. You have developed the skill. Some of the songs you're posting here, people like you wrote them now. You are great, you are great, you are great. One fellow wrote that thing. What I like about this one, is for some network marketing companies, you must, what I like about it is you cannot recruit more than 3 people under you. My wife is involved in this. My daughters are